I went to some friends of mine that work with other manufacturers and people that are respected in the industry, and to a person they all said, gosh, we need another manufacturer of loudspeakers like we need a hole in the head, because there's so much of this Me Too out there. I mean, we have tons of copycats in our industry. We have very few really innovative companies. And so that's what made me feel actually convicted that, wow, we need another company because there's no innovators. I was in a Bible study, and in that we had a study on big, hairy, audacious goals. What do you have in your life that's destined to fail if God's not in it? And I had the successful contracting company, but I didn't have any big, hairy, audacious goal. So I just said a simple prayer, Lord, if you want me to start something, show me.
I would try and license some of the audio inventions that I had. And then got a call from Mike and talked about starting a speaker business, and yeah, came down and we had a meeting, and then it was okay. Let's do this.
Everybody, with the exception of a couple of manufacturers, was going overseas. And so I had people say, well, you should shift it overseas. One of the problems we have as an economy is we've shifted from a manufacturing base, which is what America is famous for. We've always been the innovators. And so I said, we're not going to take it overseas. If we're going to build it, we're going to build it here. Well, the benefits of Danley Sound Labs technology, the core technologies being Synergy Horn, which is the full range product, and Jericho is a Synergy horn. So there's a genus there. I mean, we're consistent. The Danley product and the Synergy horn allows me as a contractor, if I was a contractor, to do that in a way, in the most efficient way possible. My install time is a fraction of the time that the other approaches would be. Typically fairly large jobs you can be in and out in just a few days. We're not talking weeks or certainly not months.
The Synergy horn is a way to combine the outputs from several different drivers and radiate as if it were one driver connected to one single horn. All of the drivers, even though they're not subwoofers, they all must be close enough to have that mutual coupling effect that close coupled subwoofers do. The acoustic power that you can produce goes up quite a bit for the given number of drivers that you have when they're mutually coupled like that. It's that acoustic power that allows you to do a stadium with one or two or several speakers instead of dozens and dozens like would normally be done.
A nationwide arena in Columbus, Ohio seats about 21,000 people. That entire arena was done with 32 of our boxes. Our competitors was recommending 200 boxes. I mean, it's, and ours is a vastly better sounding product. Because of our extremely high sensitivity and our ability to do with a passive crossover what our friendly competition would take 2 or 3 amp channels to do, we are vastly the most green loudspeaker manufacturer on the planet. When I have subwoofers that have sensitivities of 106, 108, 110, and a new one that's got a sensitivity of conservatively of 114, then I am now able to do for a fraction of the power what is really kind of funny, some of the quote-unquote green manufacturers out there that are atrocious about sucking power.
When you can't afford to have or don't have the size for a real full-size bass horn, the tapped horn's a nice alternative. It's something that can be much more powerful than a vented box of the same size, and go down lower than a full-size bass horn of the same size. So it's sort of a new an in-between category, I guess you'd say, between the vented box and the full-size bass horn.
The other thing with a guy like myself and Tom is we wanted to show the world that A, we're not only innovative, but we're here. You can talk to myself, you can talk to Tom, you can talk to Chad, you can talk to Ivan, you can talk to Doug Jones. We're real people, and that's a big deal. We have been told time and time again that it is such a refreshing experience to deal with people who not only answer the phone, but who genuinely, passionately love what they do. And I believe with all my heart that's the way you build a great company, is you have people who buy into it, who say, man, I am changing the world. I am making a difference.
I've always liked music. Listening to it, mixing it, and I used to play bass guitar, which I guess most people in sound apparently did also. What I would hope happens is that the industry moves back towards sound quality instead of just trying to make it loud or trying to make it compact. It's the enjoyment that you get from music, to me, is the main reason for listening to music.
Whether it's our technologies or our core beliefs or our ability to get your product to market or our green footprint, all of that stuff, none of that makes any sense if at the end of the day it's not an incredible experience that you're able to deliver. Why is it important for you to look at Danley? It's really simple. Just sit down and listen. Because when you listen to our product, you'll be reminded why you got in the audio business.